Okay, so we're going to go from ants and bees to design Nazis. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, take it away. So I've had a very strange and fairly unplanned career. All kinds of stuff is mixed up in my head. So for example, I work in software, I'm a usability guy, I'm interested in how teams work, and I've got what I'm told is a very unhealthy fascination with military history, and you're going to see that here in this presentation. So I tend to think of design and software projects like warfare. I don't mean literally warfare, though some projects I've worked on have come very close to violence. What I mean is that they're chaotic, and how you manage information, how you manage people is crucial to success. And people react to this chaos in different ways. And the most common way is micromanagement. So you get lots of people who really want to control every situation. I'm sure you've all worked on projects where every single detail comes under senior management attention. Now, unless you're Steve Jobs, this is likely to end in tears. It doesn't work out very well. And the other reaction people have is they design a process to do their thinking for them. And this doesn't work terribly well either. It slows everyone down. It stops them from reacting to change and user needs. And you just get wrapped up in red tape, which is not a good thing. So processes don't work. Now, the Agile development movement is also a reaction to this chaos in software and design projects. What they've done is they've stuck it to the man and said, we're only going to engage with you on our terms, which is building software. We're going to build software from the get-go. But in removing all the red tape, what they've done is thrown the baby out with the bathwater and removed all the user research and design up front. Now, you can also become a rock star and just say, fuck you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build what I want to build on my terms, and everything you do is wrong. Like 37 signals here. Now, this is a great lifestyle, but it only works for about 5% of the population, and the rest of us live here in cube farms. We have to work in big organizations, but I don't want to despair. I'm sure there's a different way to manage people than micromanagement and red tape and process or being a rock star. And I got my inspiration here, which is very strange. Now, when you think about the German army, you're probably thinking about these guys, goose-stepping, jackbooted Nazis, blazing a trail across Europe. But it turns out they have a really interesting system of management, command and control, which they've had for about 200 years. Now, here's the history bit. In 1806, the Prussians got their ass kicked by Napoleon at a battle called Jena and Auerstedt. And what happened was both sides were evenly matched, but they were badly managed. And they came up against a military genius, and he basically wiped the floor with them. Now, present that day were these handsome-looking gentlemen, right? And they spent the rest of their careers redesigning the structure of the German army, but only at the top, right? They were interested in making life easy for the generals and giving them more freedom of action, more ability to use their initiative. Fast forward 60 years, and people don't move soldiers around the battlefield in large blocks. What they do is they all run around on their own, and they have to think for themselves. And this guy, von Moltke, what he did was he took all of that learning from the general staff and he pushed it down right to the bottom of the German army. And this is the name of the system that they came up with. Anybody want to venture a pronunciation? Auftragstaktik, roll that R, right? So what it means basically is mission command. And what I want to do is explain to you how it works and why it might be useful. In the German army, you're very unlikely to be given a direct order. Instead, what they do is they give you an objective, and how you meet that is your problem. They don't interfere, no micromanagement. So they're also going to give you the big picture, the commander's intent, right? And the beauty about this is it's okay to be different. It's okay in the German army to disobey orders, as long as you understand the big picture, and the way in which you disobey orders is actually within the framework of the big mission, what you're all trying to do. Everybody understands the big picture. And this has some amazing results. So this place is an underground fortress bristling with armoured turrets. And in May 1940, the Germans had to take this to invade France. And this was accomplished despite everything in the mission going wrong by a junior lieutenant, by a sergeant, and by 70 paratroopers. Now, how do they do this? Well, they trust people and they devolve responsibility right down to the bottom of the organization. Every German soldier is required to act effectively 2 ranks above his own rank. So they give him a lot of responsibility at a very low level. They're also big into cross-training. Everybody understands everybody else's job because they've all had an opportunity to work in different parts of the military. So responsibility, cross-training, and giving people objectives and the freedom to actually achieve them on their own terms. This is the secret of the German army. Now, this doesn't always work. This guy tried to adopt it for the British Army, and in 2003 in Iraq, they completely fucked it up. It turns out that this isn't a process, it's culture. British soldiers today have to deal with twice the amount of detail in their orders than they did 20 years ago. Now, what does this mean for software development? Are we all going to go to war and be design Nazis? Not really. I just think it would be beautiful if management would give us more initiative and harness the creativity and harness the initiative of teams, devolve responsibility down. And, will this mean that we have Auftragstaktik as the future of enterprise management? Well, I'm not holding my breath, but all you can do is try and make a bit of sanity in your own corner of the world, and just make sure that, you treat people with respect, give them responsibility, and everything should turn out okay. Don't let the bastards grind you down.